Welcome back to another Edge of Eternities draft. We did pretty good last time. We went 6 wins with another green-red X Abomination deck. They seem to be the big bads of the format so far. But let's have a look. Pack one, pick one. What do we have here? And straight away, in green, we do have the Seedship Agrarian, a very solid card. I'm very much considering this. Versus Corral of the Void, which is basically a one-time reanimate, unless you can keep Void going. I mean, it seems pretty decent, but we know for a fact the Agrarian is a very solid card. And here we go, pick one. I am just going to I'm going to stand by what we know is good. I'm going to take this Seedship Agrarian. Now we have Cerebral Download as a nice bit of value. Dirgecraft is a nice bit of removal. There is a dog going absolutely ballistic outside right now. Sorry about that. Interceptor Mecan could have been nice if we'd gone with the Corral of the Void, but we didn't. So I'm thinking we might go for the Harmonious Grove Strider. It's an absolute beta, and the Ward 2 is actually very relevant in this format. So I do believe we are going to go for this and stay in green. Okay, here we go. What is this abomination? So we've got a Biomechan Engineer. Definitely we can move into blue here, and that will be a very solid choice for us. There's a Banishing Light, although we have a Dawnsire, the Sunstar Dreadnought. I mean, if you can get this to station for 10, you can deal some wild damage. But if you can't, it does absolutely jack nothing. It's a very interesting card here. I kind of just want to be safe and take the Engineer, to be honest. I know that's boring, but I do think I would like to just take the Engineer. And we shall. Someone else can have the joy of casting that. Okay, here we go. There's a vote out. It's a very solid black card. Alternatively, we have another Agrarian. I think I'm just going to take the Agrarian here. We're going to stay in green. We've got some real solid creatures so far. We wouldn't mind picking up some removal now to go with this. Okay, what's next? Speaking of removal, we have a Grav Kill. We could definitely fit into Sultai here. We wouldn't be opposed to that at all. Vault Guard Troopers, a nice little bit of top end. And the Sammy Wildcat Captain would be a double splash for us. So I don't think we're going to go for that. We are going to go for the Grav Kill, solid removal spell. Okay, pick number 6. We have Starfield Vocalist. If a permanent entering would cause a triggered ability, it happens twice. Do we have anything that enters? I mean, we got one thing. We could definitely pick up some more. There's another Grav Kill. There's a Fungal Colossus if we want to try and go that route. Of course, Nebula Dragon if we did want to go red. My eyes right now are set on the Grav Kill, although I see that the Starfield Vocalist could be interesting. Yeah, we're just going to get our removal. We're going to eat our veggies, get our good cards now. And now we have the option of... Not much for us here. I'm probably thinking just a Divert Disaster to get some early game for us by here. Yeah, looks good to me. And now we have... That's a late Atmospheric Greenhouse. That can definitely be a good card in an aggressively slanted deck. A lot of value. The only thing we're missing out on potentially is the Wormwall Sweeper, which I wouldn't mind because I would do if I can get something to crew these Agrarians. I can easily trigger their ability the turn they played. But we are going to take the Atmospheric Greenhouse into. I guess we'll take an Embrace Oblivion. Maybe we get enough fodder for that, but we don't have to play that. And a Fungal Colossus versus Decode Transmissions. I'm just going to take the big boy. Maybe we can get some lands going. Who knows? Okay, I'm excited. Let's see what pack 2 can bring. Hopefully something good. And not really, not really. This is all good white stuff here. There's a Wrath and one of the best uncommons, one of the better cards in the set, in fact, the Fate Stalker. What we can take here is the Galactic Wayfarer. That's certainly one we want. Versus the Fell Gravship. Can get our creatures back. And I do think here I'm just going to solidify my position in green. I'm going to take the Wayfarer and make sure we can get the rest of our colors going. Okay, next up. What do we have here? We have the Zoifit Osteoharmonist is a very powerful card. It's double black, however, which is a little bit of a problem. Could be a problem for us. There's Cryo Shatters, not bad. I think we're going to try the... see if we can play this. It's a real good card if we can get it going. So let's take this. Next up, we have Tragic Trajectory, very good removal spell. We certainly wouldn't mind this. Versus the Scan Ship, which is going to provide us some value. And right now, I do think we are just going to take the Trajectory. It's a nice cheap kill spell. If we crack a lander, it can easily be a -10, -10. So we are, in fact, going to take that. Okay, what do we have here? Not a lot, actually. We're not actually necessarily in blue. We could certainly branch out into red here for the Orbital Plunge. I do like this card a lot. I don't really want a double splash for Unravel. I think here maybe I'll take the Whale. There we go. I'm going to take the Whale as a bit of a way to smooth out our draws. Maybe we'll play, maybe we won't. Now we have an interesting choice. We have Diplomatic Relations versus the Shattered Wings. Shattered Wings I've been real impressed with so far, but I think we're going to take the Relations. We've got a lot of good creatures to target, and it is instant compared to Sorcery Speed, so we are going to take Diplomatic Relations. Next up, there's a Lost in Space. I think we're actually good for that sort of stuff. I don't really want to play Lost in Space. It's not the best removal spell. I'm thinking of a command bridge here, because this could potentially get our Fungal Colossus cheaper, and it is going to let us splash all three colors quite easily. So I'd probably play the first copy of this into a Sammy's Curiosity. That's definitely going to be a pick for us here. Make sure we get our lands online. Okay, sounds good. Okay, this is interesting. While I wouldn't mind the Beamsword Prospector, I do like the Survey McCann. And we'll see if we can get any cheaper lands. We can see if we can get any ways to reduce this. We'll take this on a spec, I think. Okay, next up, Tapestry Warden. It's not really what we want to see. I guess I'll take a Hull Carver. It's a good early game blocker, so we are going to take it. Into a Cryo Shatter versus Grafpak Monoist. And I do think we are just going to take the Cryo Shatter here. All Fate Scroll versus Fungal Colossus number 2. Let's take the scroll. Shattered Wings, we certainly might consider this card. Okay, our final pack, number 3. Saussure Secundi, the Void Altar. So you can recruit up to 12. Wow, okay. That's definitely a payoff if you can get there, but it's very difficult to get to. Of note, this does give us a really easy way to tap our Agrarians the turn we play them, which is good. We have another Wayfarer, which is certainly good. We have a Broodguard Elite. I've been really impressed with this card. And a dubious Delicacy, which is a good removal spell coupled with a nice bit of cardboard so that you can use it again. But I do think under this quick choosing, we are just going to choose the Wayfarer again, I believe. This is going to make sure we've fixed our landers essentially. We've got real good early game, and that's all we want really. Okay, Celestial Colonnade. Can't really splash that unfortunately. Close Encounter, very powerful removal spell, and I think it's going to be our pick here. Yes, certainly it is. Okay. Now we have Tanuki. Unfortunately, we can't really splash this. Nor can we splash the McCann. I guess it's between Germinating Worm and Biosynthetic Burst. And while this card is decent, you know, I think we're kind of good for... no, I guess we'll take the Worm. I've got a feeling these differently named land cards aren't going to work out, so we can probably replace the Fungal Colossus with a Worm. And now we have another shot at the Biosynthetic Burst. But I do think I just want to take my third Seedship Agrarian. Very powerful card. Next up. Okay, Sammy's Curiosity number 2 versus Tragic Trajectory number 2. Very interesting choice here. I do think I'm going to take the powerful removal. It's going to let me double spell. It's going to let me get a lot of tempo. And it's certainly the type of card that I want to see in this deck. Into Galactic Wayfarer number 3. Now that is a powerful card to make sure our deck is running properly. Scrounge for Eternity. I get back a few good things. But not exactly what we're after. I think I'm just going to take the solid 3-drop here. Okay, now what do we have? Thespian Stage. More of a sideboard card. Blue-black, we can certainly splash for Alpharel, the Dreaming Acolyte. Yeah, sure thing, we'll take that. Oh my goodness me, is another Grav kill? Do I want a third Grav kill? Goodness me, this is so much removal. Versus... I guess I'll just be good. I'll take the 2-drop here, because we're a little bit low on that right now. Okay, Biosynthetic Burst number 1, we might play this card. Into a Wormwall Sweeper, I think, is going to be the choice for us. We might actually play this, because it can tap our Agrarians straight away, which is nice. Okay. And that is it. We have our deck. Oh, last pick, Sammy's Curiosity. Perfect. Let's see what we can do. Okay, guys, we've got our deck together here. We've put together some sort of mainly green, a little bit of black, a little bit of blue, kind of Sultai deck. We're kind of a bit low on top end. I think we're going to be relying on our Seedship Agrarians quite a lot, which is why we're playing some of the cheaper spacecrafts to crew them and get the tab effect straight away. The late game's a little bit, we're going to be trying to ramp. We're going to ramp straight into our stuff, I think. Because of all this ramp, we're playing a few less lands. And yeah, hopefully we can get it done. We didn't get anything massive. I guess that's my fault. Maybe I should have taken the Dawn Sire, the big 100 damage dealing vehicle. But yeah, hopefully we're kind of mid-range them out. Let's see how we do. Let's get into it. Okay, game 1. Elishanon. Let's go. Okay, here we go. We've got a turn 1 Sammy's Curiosity, which is going to find us our island. Red from the opponent. And we don't have too much, we don't actually have too much card advantage either. So I don't know, I'm a bit worried about getting run over in terms of value. Let's run this out. We've got what we need for turn 3. So I guess our advantage is kind of just emptying our decks from lands with the landers. So maybe we'll get to a stage where we can't draw anything but lands. I feel like they could have attacked there. Let's get down the Wayfarer. No attacks. Okay, Teamer from the opponent, and they can attack us with a 5/5, 5/5 Vigilance, if they want. Nope, they do not. What can I do here? So there's close encounter into Tragic Trajectory. Alternatively, I'm going to crack one of these lands, get our blue source. And I think by here I am going to Tragic Trajectory. To take out the Warden. Now I don't really want to trade this for this, so I guess no attacks. Yeah, okay. Opponent on 5 mana. Vault Guard Trooper. So they could... I don't think they want to discard their hand yet, which is nice. We can remove that before that effect comes into play. Attack for 6, no blocks. We're going to take a nice hit here. They can swap their hand if they want. And they do. Oh, 2 lands. Goodness me, that was a nice swap. Rather than use the Grav Kill, I'm going to warp this in. And I am just going to close encounter to take out the Trooper. No attacks. Yeah, that Trooper was certainly good for the opponent. Basically, I think they would have been dead in the water without it, to be honest. They've swapped 2 of their lands. And they're going to pass the turn with 3 mana up, so they definitely could be a counter here. But we're under no immediate threat, so let's just run out the Wayfarer. And we'll pass the turn. Yep, let's pass the turn. They can add something back to their deck, I guess. They're going to take out some of our cards, okay? Sure. You know, unless they've got a way of getting back their creatures, I think they should probably just be shuffling in their best cards. But what do I know? Any attacks? No. Let's just get ourselves a forest here. Yeah, there we go. They're going to shuffle in their cards. They're going to sacrifice the Corgi. They do. How dare you, sir? You killed a innocent pup. No, 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 no. Let's just run out the Agrarian. And let's pass the turn. Cryogen Relic. That's nice. They're going to get a nice bit of value from this. Survey McCann. Okay, that's something to watch out for. Currently, that's going to cost them 7. So they could use that next turn. What's it do? Deal 3. So they could take out one of the Wayfarers. Let's crack this. Okay, what do we want to do here? Ooh. Let's attack. See what they want to do. They're going to block. In which case, I'm going to grab kill for 4. It gives us 3 left. Graph kill is going to take out the McCann. And I do think we're just going to keep the pressure on here. Just play another 3-drop. Now this is a turn they could use to take off to activate their Survey McCann for sure, but they're tapping their mana, so I don't think they can do that anymore. Okay. Let's just attack. See what they got. If they want to use some sort of trick here, that's fine with us. Yep, cool. So what's that signifying? Is that some sort of wrath? What could they have? They could have a deal 2. Let's see what they got. Oh, there we go. Okay, it is the deal 2. That's okay with us. Yeah, that's fine. Must have got another one. No. Okay. I'm assuming they're going to activate the Mechan this turn, unless they draw something better. And in fact, if they don't, I think they might be in a lot of trouble, because we've got the Grav Kill. Okay, so this is going to make it cost 6 now. So a bit more flexibility. Okay, they are. If I do this, they can do it in response. So let's just see what they do here. I'm gonna make 2 landers, so we could just crack them all and get quite big. Great, let's pass the damage. They're going to have to sack. Okay, let's sack one of these. Gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Great, they can do that. They're going to take 9 here. Okay, they concede. They must have not drawn very well. Although we did have a lot of pressure on them, so maybe... Ooh, game 1. Okay, game 2. Seedship Agrarian showing its worth in that game. And yeah, I guess we'll keep this. We've got all our colours. Got potentially a nice little curve here. Starfighter Pilot, so potentially a more aggressive deck from the opponent. Let us lead with... Okay, let's lead with the Sweeper. I wouldn't mind another land here. Let's take a land, and in fact I will actually take the greenhouse as well, I think. Leave it as it is. There we go, they're going to get free Surveil here. Let us... They got the counter up, which means we could just Sammy's Curiosity. Versus Galactic Wayfarer. I'm just going to run out the Curiosity here. I want to make them waste their mana. I'm assuming they're leaving Counter Magic up, otherwise they're just skipping their turn. They are getting a little bit of value from the Starfighter Pilot here. It means we miss out on the Atmospheric Greenhouse, but actually I don't mind that, because if they answer our creatures, we might have had trouble accruing this anyway. What are they going to do here? Okay, Station Monitor, they're going to leave up. They're going to leave up their mana, or are they going to make a second play? Into... Oh, what a turn. What a turn for the opponent. Let's get a black mana, I believe. Okay. So now, yeah, we can actually activate the Osteoharmonist. What I think I want to do here... I mean, this is a bit of a problem. They've probably got removal for this too. Let's just lead with this. We can make it a 4/4. And let's get our value now. Let's just crew this, make a lander, and no attacks. I imagine they're going to have some sort of removal. We're going to be taking a little bit of damage here, but we've got the Grav kill for the Titan, if we have time to deploy that. The Wormwall Sweeper can keep back their Station Monitor and their drone. Okay, Cryo Shatter. They are just going to attack with everything. That's interesting. I imagine they've got some sort of trick then. And I can't really resist this. I am going to try and block the Station Monitor. Imagine they've got something. Okay, so I mean, yeah, no matter what we blocked, they could have saved their creature, which is why we didn't block the drone. And we drew Atmospheric Greenhouse anyway, which is absolutely not what we want. That is the whole reason we got rid of it. let's just... It's not a good use of mana. We would have loved to draw another land. But I am just going to get rid of the station monitor. Am I? What's the chance they can play 2 spells next turn? Huh? If I get rid of this. Yeah, I'm just going to buy myself some more time because I'm afraid that if I get rid of the station monitor and they have nothing to do, they can just equip their jammer, and now I'm dealing with like a 5/6, which with my current hand I just cannot deal with. Therefore, yeah, I'm going to take the risk that they don't have lots of double spells. How much are we taking here? 7. Sure, let's just block here. We are in a bit of trouble. Okay, close encounter, not bad. I am going to run out the Osteoharmonist right now. If they got a counter, they might as well play it right now. There we go. So potentially next turn, we can start getting back creatures to block with. Selfcraft McCann. They can sacrifice something. Let's let them do this. Let's let them do this. I want to see what they put the counter on. I guess they're going to sacrifice itself. Wow. They're going for lethal, maybe. Here we go. They got a counter for that. They do. Goodness me. And that is going to give them another drone. Whew. So, I mean, no matter what we did, it wouldn't have worked out, right? And that is actually game. Okay. GG's. Okay, game 3. We're against Teferi, the crafty. And, yeah, we've got a 2-drop. We've got most of our colours. Let's keep this. It's not ideal. I mean, we don't have any fixing or ramp. But, as long as we draw a land by turn 4. Okay, there we go. There's Sammy's Curiosity. We could run that out next turn. Yeah, run it out next turn, because regardless, we can only crack it next turn anyway. So let's just run this out. Okay, they've got a nice bit of ramp start. Let's get in for 2. That can find us our blue. So what does this add? 1 mana only to cast an artifact. So we've essentially got 4 mana for artifacts, but then nope, they're going to attack us for 1. We'll take 1. Let's get a land. Okay. So we could run out the Agrarian, but we run into counter magic here. In which case, let's attack, see what they got. Nothing. We do need double black for the Osteoharmonist, so let's play a land. And let's draw with this. Discard 2 cards. Cool. So they have a depressurize. There we go. So I mean, they could have just taken out our Agrarian anyway. So we're not too unhappy about that. Take one. Let us attack. Let's try running out this guy, I think. They wouldn't counter a tragic trajectory, would they? Let's just run him out. I mean, he does less for us right now than the worm. Hopefully not another depressurize. No, they do nothing. Okay. Nothing at all. That's quite worrying. Could it be the board wipe, maybe? Cost 6 mana. Okay. Okay. Let's just activate here. End our turn. I'd be very surprised if they don't have the wipe here. Here it comes. Yeah. Let's get ourselves a green. Goodness me. 11 cards left in deck. This could be a problem. But we are just going to run out. Let's just get out with the worm. Whew. We kind of wish now we'd kept another Agrarian instead of this tragic trajectory. But who are we to know how the game would play out? We've milled a few of our goodies here. Let's attack. Solid control deck from the opponent here. Oh, let's see what they got. Only 10 cards left for us. 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we do actually, we were quite lucky. They've only got one. We've only got one land left in our entire deck. So we do have a lot of action to try and get them with. Do we have any lands left? Okay, we got one land left. I just said, my bad. Wow, a second arch enemy's charm. Good God. Sorry, no, we do have 3 lands left. I don't know. I must have done the math wrong. Let's take a green here. What do we got left to beat them with? Not a lot, to be honest. Let's hope for a atmospheric greenhouse, maybe. No, not yet. Let's hope for an agrarian. Let's hope for an agrarian. That will be a nice draw. Nope, it is the greenhouse. I spoke too soon. That's my bad. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 means got enough mana to do everything, yeah. Let's crack a lander. Let us Tragic Trajectory. Take him out. Let's see if they counter this. And let's get him for 4. I'm hoping we can kill them before they draw more removal, rather than trying to crew up the greenhouse. I mean, it looks promising. Let's get him for 4. We have a Synthetic Burst to save our creature. We have a Grav Kill for whatever they play, and that is the game. Wow. I did not think we were coming back after milling half our deck there, but our opponent just didn't have enough removal for all our creatures. Great game. Okay, game 4 against some sort of cat lady. Dare I say furry. Okay. We are going to keep this. We've got all our colours. We've got a lot of land selection, but not land ramp, like our opponent seems to have, unfortunately. Perhaps we're against a very similar deck here. Starting off with the green and black. What do we want to do here? We could... I am by here just gonna survey rather than get the 2-2 going. Hopefully we can find one of our Wayfarers or one of our other powerful 3-drops. Zuifit is a very good card, but I do need double black for it, which I don't currently have. Therefore, I think that's gone. I want a land, I don't really want an island though. Let's get rid of this too. Mill 2, okay. Opponent on 4, they can play something quite big here. Grix Fate Maker, 4-3 trample. Okay. There's our second black. As luck would have it. What do we want here? Let's simply surveil again, unfortunately. Bit of a slow start here. Agrarian. Let's keep that. Let's keep both of these, I think. In that order, in fact, too. Okay. Wow, some strange surveys today. Let's station this for 3, and we're going to take a chunk of damage next turn. So we slow start. Our opponent probably loves to see this. They've real set up. They've got their ramp. They've got a creature down. We've got stuff like Close Encounter to potentially come back. And, oh, they're going to get some value from this eventually. So we can Close Encounter right now with our whale. That's for sure. But I do think I'm just going to run out my Agrarian. And let's station it up. Get a lander immediately. And we're not blocking, so I guess we'll attack for 2. There we go. Okay. As long as they don't mill lands, they're not going to get much value from that. Into a 5-5. Okay, so the pressure is on. We're going to take 6, unfortunately. Now from us. We can take out the Fate Maker. We can't take out the Worm unless we go for Grav Kill. want to do here. I want to get a lander cracked, is what I want to do, to make sure we have enough mana for next turn. Let's deal this 3. Let's just crack now to play around the pressurize. We need a green, don't we? Okay. Great. I might have to start chumping with the Wormwall Sweeper, to be honest. Oh, wow, this is voided in. I don't like that. There's probably something from the opponent here, but let's block. They've probably got some sort of trick. A grab kill. Okay, I mean, that's not the end of the world. We actually, I mean, they could have done that pre-combat to save some damage. Now here we go, this is what we're after. So what do we want to do here? We can run out this as a 5/5, that's not quite what we want. Therefore, I think we can't void for this. Let's just grab kill. Grab kill the worm, I think. Get him out of here. And I'm not too worried about this Ice Still Explorer. But I'd rather just not be taking the damage. So we'll get rid of that too. So now we're kind of equal, both on 5 lands, 3 cards and a card in Warp. But our opponent's going to start by drawing some cards, which you hate to see. But no play, which is quite nice. I've got 6 mana. So I can play the Engineer, crack a land, and get down the Tenderfoot. This, yeah. Let's do that. I kind of want to play around the sacrifice effect, if possible, from black. Because if I just run out the Grove Strider, we get absolutely demolished by that spacecraft. That makes you sacrifice. Agrarian from the opponent. Do they have a land to follow up? I hope not. Okay, let us get a forest, I guess. Wow, this is a fantastic draw. 5, 6, 7. What could they have for 1 black? I don't think anything, right? Let's just deal with this now. Let's pump this. Get in for 6. Our opponent is quite far off playing anything like the big 7 mana worm, the Greater Hoof. Dubious Delicacy, it's a nice card. They're going to have to take out our 3/3, which is nice. It means we are left with our late game engine here. And now we are going to start. Let's get in for 2. And let us just, yeah, let's put the pressure on. Let's run out the 7/7. Ward 2 is going to be actually quite nice on this. They need to draw another land to grab kill it. They choose not to crack the Delicacy. Could they have a Void's End, maybe? They're looking in their graveyard. I don't like that. Have they got the have they got the spaceship? They get something back. Was it the Dirge Craft? What have we got left? Okay. Is that another one? Okay, that's two of those. Two of those, huh? So we could activate this. Should we see what they want to do? If they want to trade, they're probably going to chomp one. But if they want to trade, I'm just going to activate. What are they doing? Double blocking here. Okay. I'm a little bit scared of that. So what are we going to do? So I take two. Next turn they can deal me four with this. I take two, four, I'm down to four. So if they have a lot of artifacts to play, I could actually lose to this. Which is quite worrying. Controversially, I'm just going to trade. I'm going to run this out. Get rid of these. And let's just get rid of this thing because I'm actually worried about this. Maybe that's maybe I mean I would have just drawn lands anyway. So the surveil is kind of the same as the draw right here. But I'm just worried about them killing me with some sort of combo by here. And this Grove Strider is absolutely massive right now. If they don't have a removal spell for it, they're in real trouble. Like, this is bigger than anything they can play. Sconch for Eternity. Wow, so they really could have got me with a lot of artifacts. Eco Transmission, I take two. They're hanging on. I don't like this. I do not like this. They can chomp. I'm going to have to do this. If they have the Godmaw into a land, I actually lose. Unfortunately. Okay, they don't. That's nice. Virus Beetle. I can chomp us yet again. Whew. I would love a creature here just to feel safe. I'd love a removal spell. I'd love a creature just to feel safe from the haste guys. Peregrine Beckoner for 5. We're drawing absolute garbage. If I attack like this, they have to chomp. If I attack like this, eight, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we do actually only have 3 lands left in the entire deck. And there's the kill ship. They drew it. Wow. Our opponent got real lucky that game. Real lucky. And that is enough to finish us off. Really unfortunate there. I feel like we played around what we could have played around. I mean, if I'd activated the robot, we would have lost even quicker. Um, Close game. I mean, we had 4 lands on the trot um, versus our opponent, who obviously drew exactly what they needed. So there's not much more you can do about that. GG. Okay, okay, and just like that, guys, this could be the last match. Uh, yeah, I've been finding this a lot in these Edge of Eternity drafts. The variance is so high. Like on paper, we've got a solid deck. It's not much better or worse than some of the decks that we've done better with, or the ones we've done worse with. But like we saw in that last game, they just happened to draw exactly what they needed. The games kind of go long, and they got it done. They got it done. Not much we could do about that. But here, I'm just gonna crack my lander here. Okay, take one. Wow. Let's get our island. No, they're gonna have a 4/3, which could be a problem, but we move. Let's run out the Wayfarer to hopefully block that. And Sammy's Curiosity. I mean, yeah, Terrapact Intimidator is a very solid card. Most of the time in this format, it's just going to be a 2-mana 4/3. Which, even though I'm trading, I'm still trading a 3-drop for a 2-drop. Let's see what they got. Okay. They are going to take the trade. Into another one. Goodness me, we're being intimidated this game, but still. Decline. Exactly. You never, especially when they're not showing you the lands, you never want to give them landers. Especially, there's a lot of synergies in this deck. They can sacrifice them to draw cards with this thing. There's obviously all the landfall stuff. So, but here I'm going to crack this to get a black for some of our double black cards. Or one of our. We have exactly one double black card. Now we could kill this. We could kill that. But I would rather, I'm going to smooth out our draws. I need to draw something good next turn. Diplomatic relations. I want a creature. I think I can do better than that. Let's get rid of that. I want something like my Seedship Agrarian. One of my 3 Agrarians would be nice here. They do hit the land. That's unfortunate. I'm going to take 5 here. But we've gained a lot of life from Sammy's Curiosity, which is nice. Virus Beetle, that's going to sting. That does sting. I'm going to get rid of this here. There we go, just as the doctor ordered. We can't quite make this a 4/4, which means it dies to depressurize. I mean, it's safe against, but Bombard gets it anyway. Let's just, let's get a forest. Let's take out the Intimidator. I mean, it's a powerful card. I mean, I'm having to trigger Void just to kill a 2-drop with my Tragic Trajectory. Let's hold back 2 damage here. Let's keep things a bit slow. I mean, we know our opponent's got gas in their hand. There we go. We can hopefully Hopefully that's all their removal, but I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't. Now, let's run out the Agrarian. Land isn't the worst here because we do get to create this up immediately. And let's just crack this now. Get ourselves another forest. Okay, keep this back to save some damage. We do need to draw some action right now. We are going to struggle if we continue to draw lands. 4 mana from the opponent. They got this gives them access to grab kill, which is unfortunate. Intercept a McCann. What's that going to bring back? One of the Intimidators. Okay, that's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, Starbreach Whale is a very nice draw. Let's get in here. Okay. Let's crack now so we don't mess up with the whale. And let's see what we can find. Yeah. Let's keep this. Yeah, let's keep the Osteoharmonist. If they don't have an answer, we're going to be able to... we are going to be able to start churning out skeletons, which could be nice. So they're going to have a 2 mana 4/3 yet again. Decline. I mean, it's just too much value. They've got the McCann with Void, they've got the Slag Drill Scrapper. I don't want to be giving them tokens. Into the Voidborn. This card is annoying, as we just saw in the last match where we got dunked on by it. Let's attack like this. Oh, Seedship Agrarian is single-handedly pulling out everything from our deck. They're chumping? What? I don't understand this block. I do not understand this block at all. That makes no sense to me. Is there a black sweeper? I don't think so. What? Was that a mistake? That had to be a mistake, right? I mean, the Massacre cost 7, right? Okay. Yeah, I think that was just a mistake, guys. That really threw me off. Okay. Now we've got some action. Now we have some action. I mean, they can chomp and then they can sacrifice. I mean, in twos, these little things are so annoying, actually. Let's just crack now. Sure. They're going to sacrifice this. I'm actually going to stop pumping this right now in case they get the massacre card. That's the only thing I'm kind of afraid of right now. Let's just get back a 3/3. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think we actually could lose if they have the massacre. I mean, on our track record so far, I wouldn't be surprised if they had it. If they just go land massacre. No, okay, pangolin. That makes me feel a lot safer. But I am being slowly burnt out by this little duo here. And I say slowly, not that slowly. One card in hand. Could it be the massacre? I don't know. Let's thin out our deck. Okay. Maybe give me like the greenhouse card. Okay, Grav Kill. I like this. I do like Grav Kill. Let's go. Let's just get rid of one of these. Means we're taking considerably less damage. Resolve all. Okay. I mean, we did leave ourselves open for 3 damage. Maybe we shouldn't have done that, but I mean, if they have the massacre, they do win here. Do they seriously have it? No. Okay. GG's. They're just spooking me out. Just spooking me out. Good game. Okay. We are currently 3-2, so we are fighting for our lives right now. We've got all our colours. We've actually got a 2 and a 3 play, so we're gonna keep those. Not much better we could keep, to be honest. And it's turn 1 gene from the opponent. It's a very solid start. Let's see if we're gonna be able to keep up with this, or if they're gonna pop off straight away. Attack for 1. No turn 2 play. That's nice. I like that. This is what we like to see. And I do think here I'm probably just going to run out the 2/2. I'd rather this gets killed than the engineer. Okay, our opponent has 3 mana, and they're going to go for a Sky Stinger. Okay, 3/3 reach. Nothing too unreasonable so far. So we could certainly kill that and get him for 3, sorry. But instead, I do believe we are going to crack. We're going to play our Wayfarer. Let's just go 1-for-1 with the opponent right now. We don't have any flyers, so this is kind of, we're getting a better deal out of the Wayfarer. And let's see what we get from the opponent. They have the access to 4 mana right now. 5 if they get another land. 4 mana, they're going to play their essentially 4/4 Vigilance. That's not too bad for us right now. So we can either Diplomatic Relations and get in for some damage. That's not very mana efficient. Alternatively, I kind of want to run out the Agrarian. You know, this is kind of too good to pass up on, to be honest. I don't know if it's the right play, but I'm just going to get in for some damage here. Um, just because I feel like they're going to have an answer for the Agrarian. There we go, and there's a 4/4. They're currently relying, they can't find their fourth land, they are relying on their creatures, which is quite nice. Means it's slowing them down. And we could answer this with a grav kill, getting in for another 5 damage. But that's probably going to run out quite quickly. Like if we do that, we don't really have a plan because we're not drawing lands. So what I'm thinking is probably just run out the engineer here. I'm going to run out the engineer, and then we're going to leave our mana up for the lander. Like I said in the last video we did, Ice Cave Crasher is a very powerful common, surprisingly powerful common in this set. It's really, I think as the format evolves, we're learning we need to play to the board a lot more. And the 5/4 trample on the attack is certainly going to do that. Now here we go. Okay, this is a very powerful uncommon from the opponent. Just going to give them a 6/5. We are going to have to block this. They're going to attack? They are going to attack. So if they deal damage to us, they get to draw a card. I don't want them doing that. 6 leaves us with 1 creature, which is not ideal. But it's what we're going to have to do, I'm afraid. Let's see how they order it. Probably going to be left with our Tenderfoot here. I mean, yeah, we're getting 2 for 1 here, but on the plus side, we have got landers out of both of these creatures. So we've kind of got our card back. Okay, what do we need? We need, we're going to get a second swamp for our a double black card. Okay, here we go. Now we've got, so when this attacks, you can make it a 4/4, and then they might be able to draw cards, which is not ideal. Alternatively, I can run out the whale. I'm not in a rush here, and I don't want to risk anything, so I think I'm just gonna exile this. I don't want them drawing any more cards. For example, at 1 removal spell, we're not going to block with this, so let's get him for 2. But I don't want them draw. I don't want to risk his 1 removal spell on my whale is just going to let them get in. They're going to start drawing cards, and then we're not going to be able to beat them on any fronts. Another Ice Cave Crasher. There we go. Land is what we wanted. I'm going to try and go over the top of their heads here. Let's play out the Agrarian. Now we can play a land. This is what we've been waiting for. Now we've got a 4/4, and we can crack this to make a 5/5. And you know what? Let's just do that now. We're going to get another forest, I think. Let's do that now so that they can't do a fight spell in response. And hopefully this is going to be okay to stabilize us for now. They attack. If they attack, I'm probably going to take it, to be honest. No blocks. Because they could have the 2-mana green instant. That gives it indestructible, +1. They could have the defensive fire. But instead they are just going to get the 5/5 worm going. If they baited us there, then fair play to them. That was a very good attack. Now 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got potentially 8 mana this turn. So I can run up my greenhouse and station it up. Instead, I do believe I'm just gonna let's get this going. Now, I don't really think I can attack here. If I attack, I can get him for 7. They can then keep the gene back, and then I'm kind of I'm potentially taking a lot of damage. So I do think I need to keep this back. And then that's the question of the whale versus a +1 counter. And I am just going to go for the counter here. It means if they start removing our stuff, we can at least block the Sky Stinger. Next turn we can run out the Atmospheric Greenhouse. Hopefully we've got some sort of board left. Okay, here's an emergency eject. They did have the answer. I mean, it's a good thing we didn't attack, otherwise it probably would have been game over right there. They're attacking with... So they've got 2 mana available. Interesting, they're not attacking with the Sky Stinger, so they either want me to double block, which then they could have... I mean, 1 card kind of blows this out. So I do take 9 here if they've got something, which is a problem. If I take 9, puts me on 2. Next turn I play the whale. And I do kind of just die. I'm going to make the 1 block here. It means if we draw a removal spell, we can actually still win the game. Whereas the other way, there we go, that's what I thought was going to happen. It was either that or the 1 mana spell. 8 mana. So I've got 8 mana available right now. This is a very tough game. My opponent had a lot of, I mean, yeah. So if we put the whale out, leaves us with 3 mana. We can close encounter on the Sky Stinger. We then lose to the Crasher. What I think I have to do, unfortunately, oh, this is so awkward. I'm going to have to pump this twice. And close encounter on the Crasher. My only hope is they don't have another removal spell. I mean, if they do, good beats. There's nothing I can do about that, you know. Our opponent, yeah. There's Banishing Light off the top. I mean, yeah, good beats. What are you going to do? I mean, they drew the perfect amount of lands, only 4 lands and the Gene Pollinator, into just consistent beats. Like I said, the Ice Cube Crash is very powerful, backed up by a bunch of removal spells and combat tricks. So there's nothing really we could have done there. It's unfortunate. But that is the draft over for us. And yeah, we had a solid deck there. We had triple Agrarian, which let us go into the late game very well. But what I'm finding is, I mean, apart from the format being high variance, I mean, we lucked out in a bad way a lot in those games. We got mana screwed. We drew too many lands. Opponents just drew answers just on the right time. There's nothing much you can do about that. But what I am going to try and do is I'm going to try and play some faster decks. Play to the board a little bit more. Like we ended that game stuck with 2 5 drops in our hand that we didn't have time to play. We're going to try out some of the other colours. We're going to try and play to the board more. And we're going to try and put the pressure on our opponents in the next draft, hopefully. But thank you guys for watching. I hope your drafts are going slightly better than mine. And thank you so much for watching again. Take care and peace. See you guys.